What's going on, guys? I'm Mike, and this is all about pressure washing. And about 2 weeks ago, my company washed that roof and destroyed the paint on this house. So let's talk about it as I repaint this house. So if you watch the channel, you've actually seen this house a couple times. We did a time-lapse video of one of my techs washing this roof, and unfortunately I had to make a follow-up video explaining the callback we got from the customer because there was some discoloration of the siding after we cleaned the roof. So as I paint this house, let's talk. I came out and discovered that in fact there was discoloration. Initially, I was under the impression that our roof solution had caused the damage, but after further investigation, it turns out that we were not entirely at fault. Of course, my tech should have done a test spot to make sure that our process wouldn't have had an impact on the siding, but that's 100% on me because I'd never had this issue before. It wasn't in our SOP, but it is now. As it turns out, the pigmentation used in many of today's paints can be affected by the solutions that we use when cleaning roofs and houses. In this particular scenario, the paint was made by Sherwin-Williams. It's their super paint line, and not so super in my opinion, but it had the Magenta pigment in it, which is notorious for reacting with sodium hypochlorite. And as you can see, the paint did in fact react, or rather fail. And because of that, we're here today to take care of it for our customer because unlike Sherwin-Williams, we do what's right. We were lucky that the entire house wasn't impacted, but there was enough discoloration to warrant quick action on our part to make sure our customer was taken care of. They are about to put the house on the market and they're gonna have pictures taken pretty soon, so we wanna make sure that their house is ready for that. You guys have heard me talk about the course that we're dropping in a couple months, which is entirely focused on giving you all the tools, knowledge, strategies, and sequences you need to get off the truck and run your business from your office without ever having to touch a wand, unless you want to. And this situation is actually a perfect example why not being tethered to a truck is a good thing for your business. If I was out washing every day and something like this happened, it could be absolutely devastating to my business. If I had to take time away from washing and instead had to spend my time painting, I wouldn't be making any money. But because I've implemented the systems, the processes, and I have the right software and employees in place, my guys are out working today. They're generating revenue and my business doesn't suffer. And trust me, I'd rather be in the office right now, but because I have the ability to take the time to come down here and spend the morning taking care of the customer without it having a negative impact on my business, I am truly blessed. The course is called The Next Level, and with good reason, because that's where it's gonna take your business. Check out the first link in the description and comment section below so you can sign up to get exclusive content and more information on the course. This side of the house didn't really have any overspray, so we got lucky here, but there is some repairs, so I'm gonna take care of that. Obviously, the paint companies are really good at covering their butts, and they should be because it seems as though some of their products tend to fail like this on a regular basis. I wish I'd known this earlier, but I'm also very lucky that we haven't ever had an issue like this before, and we've been doing this for about 20 years. After this happened and I learned more about the topic, I was really shocked at the lack of guidance from the paint companies. So of course, the first place I go to is Google, and then I went to the Sherwin-Williams website to see what I could find out in regards to the recommended cleaning methods for the removal of mold and mildew from these painted surfaces, because clearly what we did didn't work out too well. The Sherwin-Williams website states that soapy water will generally suffice. However, always test the cleaning solution in an inconspicuous area to ensure that it doesn't damage the paint film. Now, this is troubling to me. They aren't even confident enough in their paint to have soap and water applied to the paint without doing a test section first. Again, smart on their part, but also pretty sad that they put out a product that needs to be tested for soap and water. The other issue I had with this is that I know that soap and water aren't going to kill and remove mold or mildew. So next I consulted the CDC website to see what method they recommended to kill mildew and mold. The CDC site states that hot water and soap will remove most molds but will not kill the spores. So we're just going to knock off the ugly stuff and leave the spores that are going to continue to grow and spread and cause damage to the home and create potential health issues for the folks that live there. Why don't you put that in your marketing material? It's pretty, but it ain't real safe. I don't know, just throwing that out there for your marketing department. Maybe they can use it. Regardless, we know that some of the pigments used in exterior paints will discolor when sprayed with bleach. All right, so this is by far the worst section of the house. I think it's because of the lack of overhang. There's no gutters, which obviously causes an issue on some occasions. But this whole wall needs to be done. Fortunately, it's not that big. We're about 75% of the way done, and I've been here about an hour and a half. Getting lucky on this one, fingers crossed, should knock on some wood, but it's fiber cement siding. Anyway, I'm gonna get started. Cody Yarborough over at Southeast Softwash just put out 2 really good videos in a series on this very topic after seeing my first video on this house. He has way more experience with this topic and did some real scientific stuff over there. I put a link above so you can go check that out. All right, so I'm about 5 minutes from being done here. I got here at about 8:20 and it is almost 10 o'clock. So not too bad. I got this entire house painted, well, everything that needed to be painted. So we're gonna do a quick walk around, look at everything, make sure I didn't miss anything because I don't want to come back again. So I'm gonna go touch that up and we'll be out of here. And that is it. I am done, just under 2 hours. Hopefully everything looks good when I do my walk around and I then can pack everything up and take it to the house. All right. Some of the comments in the last video were absolutely hilarious. My favorite, which was recurring, was y'all should have cleaned the roof before painting. Well, yeah, but it isn't my house. I didn't paint the house. All I did was get a phone call from the homeowner who was looking to have their roof cleaned. But the takeaway, if you're dealing with a painted house, do yourself, do your customer a favor, and do a test spot in an inconspicuous area. If you have discoloration, let the customer know what's going on and run. Run very far away, or you'll be out here like I am, painting for free. All right, guys, I hope the video helped. Have a great day, subscribe, and I'm out.